The 80s is considered one of the greatest decades for dance and music. MTV launched in 1981, making music videos a big part of pop culture. With new forms of music becoming mainstream, like hip-hop, dance, electronic and Latin, the dances that accompanied those sounds also entered the pop culture landscape. Here is a list of the top dances in the 80s. Number 1. First in line is the infamous moonwalk dance done by Michael Jackson. He first performed the dance in public on March 25, 1983 during the television special, Motown 25, in front of a live audience at the Pasadena Civic Auditorium. The dance became world famous 2 months later when the show made its television premiere. The origin of the dance came from dancer and singer Jeffrey Daniel, who was a member of the R&B group Shalamar. He pioneered the dance move the backslide, which, after he taught it to Michael Jackson, became known as the moonwalk. Michael's version of the moonwalk had more arm motion when performing it. He usually swung his arms back and forth as the opposite leg slid backwards. He also often popped his head back and forth and hunched up his shoulders as he moonwalked. Both additions make the illusion of walking more convincing. That was what was so fascinating and made the dance popular. Number 2. Next up is the Thriller dance, also done by Michael Jackson. The song was originally called the Zombie Dance, and Jackson created the Zombie Dance with choreographer Michael Peters, who had directed the Beat It video. He wanted to create a zombie dance that did not seem comical. We can all agree that he succeeded. Thriller became Jackson's first #1 album on the US Billboard Top LPs and Tapes chart, where it spent a record 37 non-consecutive weeks at #1. The dance was even in movies like 13 Going to 30. Whenever the song plays, even till this day, everyone gets up and does the Thriller. Number 3. Break dance. It is the oldest known hip-hop style of dance. It is believed to have originated in the Bronx, New York. Musical inspirations date back to the energetic performances of Funk Maestro and James Brown. Street corner DJs would take the breaks of dance records and string them together to give dancers a chance to show off their moves. The dance was created as a way for rival street gangs to settle disputes. Dancers from each gang would show off their moves, and the one with the most innovative and complex moves was determined to be the winner. Breakdance was a full-fledged part of hip-hop culture in New York City, especially in the Bronx and Manhattan and among Black and Latino youth. Number 4. The Worm. It is often associated with breakdancing. It became hugely popular during the 1970s and remained popular throughout the 80s. Making appearances on stages at punk rock shows, you simply laid on the floor and move your body like a worm. The origins date back to 1920s. Kane Hendry is considered the creator of the worm. It was performed at some punk rock shows in the 1970s and was popularized widely during the 1980s funk era. Number 5. Lastly, the electric slide. Back in 1976, Neville "Bunny" Wailer Livingston wrote a catchy song called Electric Boogie for his childhood buddy singer Marcia Griffiths. Then choreographer Silver created the electric slide, a 22-step dance to the song that incorporated grapevines and a series of forward and backward steps. The electric slide became popular as a country and western line dance in the 1980s and is still danced to country music today. Which of these dances was a part of your arsenal of dance moves? Let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching. Support the channel by liking and subscribing.